Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video we will discuss some important interview questions for software testers. We hope that this collection will greatly help you in enhancing your knowledge and also help in clearing your forthcoming interview. So friends, let's start. What is the difference between the QA and software testing? The role of QA or quality assurance is to monitor the quality of the process used to produce the software, while the software testing is the process of ensuring the functionality of final product meets the user's requirement. What are the different types of software testing? The different types of software testings are unit testing, integration testing and regression testing, shakeout testing, smoke testing, functional testing, performance testing, white box and black box testing, alpha and beta testing, load testing and stress testing, system testing. What is monkey testing and when is it used? Random testing is often known as monkey testing. In such type of testing, data is generated randomly, often using a tool or automated mechanism. With this randomly generated input, the system is tested and results are analyzed accordingly. These testing are less reliable, hence it is normally used by the beginners and to see whether the system will hold up under adverse effects. What is exploratory testing? Exploratory testing is a hands-on approach in which testers are involved in minimum planning and maximum test execution. The planning involves the creation of a test charter. The test design and test execution activities are performed in parallel, typically without formally documenting the test conditions, test cases or test scripts. This does not mean that other, more formal testing techniques will not be used. Some notes will be written during the exploratory testing session so that a report can be produced afterward. What is use case testing? In order to identify and execute the functional requirement of an application from start to finish, use case is used. The techniques used to do this is known as use case testing. What is equivalence partitioning testing? Equivalence partitioning testing is a software testing technique which divides the application input test data into each partition at least once of equivalent data from which test cases can be derived. By this testing method, it reduces the time required for software testing. What is white box testing and list the types of white box testing? White box testing technique involves selection of test cases based on an analysis of the internal structure like code coverage, branches coverage, paths coverage, condition coverage, etc. of a component or system. It is also known as code-based testing or structural testing. Different types of white box testing are statement coverage, decision coverage. What is black box testing and what are the different techniques of it? Black box testing is the software testing method which is used to test the software without knowing the internal structure of code or program. This testing is usually done to check the functionality of an application. The different black box testing techniques are equivalence partitioning, boundary value analysis, cause-effect graphing. What is the difference between static and dynamic testing? Static testing. During static testing method, the code is not executed and it is performed using the software documentation. Dynamic testing. To perform this testing, the code is required to be in an executable form. What is mutation testing? Mutation testing is a technique to identify if a set of test data or test case is useful by intentionally introducing various code changes, bugs, and retesting with original test data cases to determine if the bugs are detected. What is integration testing? Integration testing is a level of software testing process where individual units of an application are combined and tested. It is usually performed after unit and functional testing. What are verification and validation? Verification is a process of evaluating software at the development phase. It helps you to decide whether the product of a given application satisfies the specified requirements. Validation is the process of evaluating software after the development process and to check whether it meets the customer requirements. What is the difference between data-driven testing and retesting? Data-driven testing or DDT. In data-driven testing process, the application is tested with multiple test data. The application is tested with a different set of values. Retesting. It is a process of checking bugs that are actioned by the development team to verify that they are fixed. What are the different test levels? There are 4 test levels. 1. Unit component program module testing. 2. Integration testing. 3. System testing. 4. Acceptance testing. What does a test plan consist of? A test plan document consists of test case identifier, scope, features to be tested, features not to be tested, test strategy or test approach, test deliverables, responsibilities, staffing and training, risk and contingencies. What is the difference between user acceptance testing and system testing? User acceptance testing or UAT. It involves running a product through a series of specific tests which determines whether the product will meet the needs of its users. System testing. System testing is finding defects when the system undergoes testing as a whole. It is also known as end-to-end testing. In such type of testing, the application suffers from beginning till the end. What is the difference between the software development life cycle and software testing life cycle? Software development life cycle or SDLC deals with development coding of the software, while software testing life cycle or SDLC deals with validation and verification of the software. What is traceability matrix? The relationship between test cases and requirements is shown with the help of a document. This document is known as a traceability matrix. What are the valuable steps to resolve issues while testing? The valuable steps are record, report and control. Means: log and handle any problems which have happened. Report the issues to higher level manager. Define the issue management process. What is the difference between test scenarios, test cases, and test script? A test scenario is any functionality that can be tested. It is also called test condition or test possibility. A test case is a document that contains the steps that have to be executed and has been planned earlier. A test script is written in a programming language and it's a short program used to test part of the functionality of the software system. What is latent defect? Latent defect is an existing defect in the system which does not cause any failure as the exact set of conditions has never been met. What are the 2 parameters which can be useful to know the quality of test execution? To know the quality of test execution, we can use 2 parameters. 1. Defect reject ratio. 2. Defect leakage ratio. What to understand by test deliverables? Test deliverables are a set of documents, tools and other components that have to be developed and maintained in support of testing. What all things you should consider before selecting automation tools for application under test? Following things are considered for AUT: technical feasibility, complexity level, application stability, test data, application size, reusability of automated scripts, execution across environment. How will you conduct risk analysis? For the risk analysis, following steps need to be implemented. Finding the scope of the risk, Making a profile for the risk. Changing the risk properties. Deploy the resources of the test risk. Making a database of risk. Friends, that's all for this video. Hope you enjoyed it. Please like and share the video and subscribe to my channel. We will discuss more questions and their answers in forthcoming videos. Good luck and thanks for watching.